make $10,000 per month from 5 income streams and I'm now a full-time content creator with my partner.
I quit.
We are out of here. Now we have a lot more freedom in how we spend our time. We can go for walks whenever we want to, and we can travel whenever we want. I mean, at the moment, since we are in Sydney, Australia, well, we can't travel very far just yet. But hopefully soon we can travel further. So let me take you back a few years ago and I'll tell you how I started all of these income streams and what I've learned along the way. I had a full-time job in marketing and I was also doing freelance work on the side. However, it made me wonder, if I keep working like this, will I really be happy in 10 or 20 years? Probably not, because I was working so much, so I started to think about other ways that I could make money that wasn't tied directly to my time. This is when I learned about investing and dividends. Dividends are one of the easiest ways to make passive income. You essentially have your money invested in some stocks and ETFs, and some of these stocks and ETFs will pay a dividend. This is an example of an ETF that I've invested in that pays a dividend. This is ETHI, which is the BetaShares Global Sustainability Leaders ETF. And as we can see, the dividend yield for this ETF is approximately 5.5% per year. However, as we can see from the recent distributions, it really does vary year to year. Some years may be more than this 5.5% and some years may be less than this 5.5%. And if you would like to check out the platform I use to automatically invest, I have an affiliate link down in my description below to Pearler. If you sign up with the code Queenie, you'll get a free brokerage credit. Our first investment was in 2016 and it was $5,000. And that year we got 2 dividends, one for $6.28 and one for $35.70. Pablo, we got a dividend for $6.28 and another dividend for $35.70.
We are rich.
At the moment, we make around $500 per month from dividends, and we have over $200,000 invested in the stock market, which is a dividend yield of approximately 3 to 4%, which is average. So that means if I wanted $5,000 per month in dividends, then I would need to have $1.5 million invested with a dividend yield of 4%. That is correct. For Pablo and I to completely retire and to be able to live off the passive income from our dividends, we would need to have over $1.5 million invested, which would take a very, very long time to build. So we started to look at other ways that we could get there faster. So in March 2018, my boyfriend and I decided to start an e-commerce store called Flores, which sells false eyelashes online. By creating an e-commerce store, we didn't need to trade our time for money anymore, and an e-commerce store is generally easier to scale because when we are trading our time for money, we are limited by the time that we have in a day, whereas an e-commerce store isn't really limited by time. Our false eyelashes e-commerce store worked quite well for a few months. However, it was taking up a lot of our time to manage all of the different ads and also manage the orders and the shipping and the products, and we weren't making very much money for the time and energy that we were putting into the business. And we also just didn't enjoy the work very much because the only reason we started this business was to make money. I'm gonna make an e-commerce store and I'm gonna be rich.
Many months later.
Starting an e-commerce store is actually not very easy. All of my money is gone because of expenses. This is the sales data for my false eyelashes e-commerce store. I started it in February 2018 and that month I made $352. Over the next few months, it hovered between $0 to $1,000 per month. And then around September 2019, it started to pick up in revenue and it reached a high of $2,800 per month. This was around the same time that I started this YouTube channel, and at the time, I just didn't have enough time to manage both the YouTube channel and the e-commerce store. My boyfriend and I decided to stop working on the false eyelashes store and to start focusing 100% on this YouTube channel. Since we stopped working on the website, the revenue has gone down quite a lot, and now we make between $100 to $200 per month from this e-commerce store. So it is kind of like passive income. The only thing that we really need to do is put the lashes in the envelopes and then ship them off to our customers. At the time, I was reading a lot of personal development books like Start With Why and Find Your Why. And that is when I learned about the concept of Ikigai. This is what Ikigai is. It's essentially 4 different circles. The first circle is what you love. The second circle is what the world needs. The third circle is what you can be paid for. And the fourth circle is what you're good at. And then in the center, where all of these circles collide, That is your ikigai. The false eyelashes store that Pablo and I had a few elements of ikigai. However, it was missing these two circles: what the world needs and also what you love. So when it started to get stressful and hard, it was pretty easy for us to give up on it. In March 2020, I started this YouTube channel, and I started something that I didn't realize at the time would actually be my ikigai. I had just started a new role, and 1 week later the pandemic hit and 20% of the people working at my company lost their jobs. At that time, I felt so grateful to be in the position that I was financially. I had purchased this apartment, I have investments and savings, and even if I had lost my job, I would have been okay. But I realized there were so many other young people that weren't in that position. And I knew that if this happened a few years ago when I wasn't in a good place financially, I wouldn't have been so lucky and I wouldn't have been in a good position. Yeah, you're right. I really don't think I would have been okay if this happened a few years ago. I saw lines in front of Centrelink, which is the social welfare and social security in Australia, and I wanted to do something to help. So I told my boyfriend Pablo about my idea for starting a YouTube channel about personal finance and investing. And he said, "This is the worst idea you have ever had." I'm just kidding. He said it was a great idea and he wanted to help me edit the videos so we could create this YouTube channel together. And that's exactly what we did. For the first few months, Pablo and I spent many hours outside of our full-time jobs working on this YouTube channel for no pay. This is even worse than the e-commerce store. We haven't made any money. After 6 months, we were monetized on YouTube from having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Shout out to all of my early subscribers, and thank you so much for making this possible. And by the way, if you would like to come with me on this journey, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Pablo and I started making YouTube videos back in March 2020, and as you can see, it wasn't earning any money at all for quite a few months. And then in August 2020, 6 months after starting this YouTube channel, we started to get monetized and we started to earn a little bit of money from this YouTube channel. However, at the time we were only earning from $5 to $15 per day. And now, over a year later, we are earning from $70 a day to over $100 per day. YouTube ad revenue can be a great income stream, especially when you do have quite a few videos on your YouTube channel which can generate views. However, it is quite risky to rely on just one income stream, and it also does take quite a long time to build and grow. So we started to look at other ways to earn an income. We noticed a few other YouTubers mentioning affiliates in their videos. What's up, Graham? It's Guys here. Make sure you get your free stock down in the description below. In my YouTube videos, I was already mentioning tools and products that I use to save money and also invest. So I decided to sign up for the affiliate programs for these tools and products so that you can get some extra benefits by using my links, and I can also get a kickback too. I only mention products that I actually use and I think that you will find value from. And when I do set up affiliate partnerships, I try to negotiate a better deal for you. For example, with SwiftX, you can get $20 worth of free Bitcoin by using my link instead of $10 worth of free Bitcoin. I do get a referral from the company if you do sign up with my link. However, this does not cost you anything extra, and you may also be able to get an extra benefit by using my link in the description below. This is what my affiliate revenue looked like on YouTube over the past couple of months. Back in July 2020, I wasn't making any money at all from affiliates. And then over the next few months, I was making from $0 to $600 per month from affiliates. In the last few months, I was making over $1,000 per month from affiliates. And last month in September, I made $4,778 from affiliates. This month in October, I've made $2,800 from affiliates. However, not all of my affiliates have been paid yet. I think it's interesting to see that when you do have a business, it can start off quite slow, but it really can pick up over time. Affiliates can be a great passive income stream for content creators. However, it does vary month to month because I do only like to mention affiliates when they are relevant to the video or the topic that I'm talking about. And even though I do have a following on TikTok and Instagram, I don't really use affiliates very much on those platforms. Unlike YouTube, TikTok and Instagram doesn't really have a great platform to share ad revenue with their creators. So the way that I monetize my TikTok and my Instagram is through sponsorships. Since I do have other streams of income, I don't need to rely on brand sponsorships in order to make a living. So I only do sponsorships when the campaign makes sense and when I actually use the brand and I think that you'll find value from it. On average, I make around $3,000 per month from from brand sponsorships. Some months can be more and some months can be less. And I charge around $1,000 per post on TikTok and Instagram. Having affiliates and sponsorships can be great income streams. However, I don't really get to set the payment terms and I am relying on a third party. So that's why I've decided to diversify into creating my own digital products like my stock research checklist. I make around $200 per month from my stock research checklist. I created this checklist a few months ago and it goes through all of the things that I look at in an individual company before I invest in it. It's available for $19 and it goes through some of the steps that I've outlined in my video, How to Research Stocks for Beginners, and some other insights into how I research stocks. In the future, I'm thinking of creating more digital products like a course on how to invest for beginners. Please let me know if this is something that you'd be interested in down in the comments below. I think it's important that we diversify our income streams so that we can reach financial independence faster. And as you can see in this video, I definitely did not go from $0 to $10,000 per month like that. It did take a lot of trial and error and also trying different income streams to see what worked. But I think it's important to keep trying so then we can learn and grow. Give this video a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and write me a comment below with the word Ikigai in it, just so I know who watched this video all the way through. Thank you, see ya!